go. Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Tales of Xillia. Last time, we basically recovered from Mila's death. In fact, she recovered from it quite well. And now we have actually made our way to Olympios. After we all fought Maxwell, Gaia showed up. Got a bit pissy there, and then... he tried to like lock us away in Rize Maxia as him and Muse were going to invade Olympios to basically go kill everybody. But then it was Maxwell who sent us over to Olympios. So, well, basically it's our chance to actually learn what's going on this side and see what our mortal enemies are really like, etc. so on and so forth. Leveling now on Jude. He is at the point where he's basically gotten all of his... Oh yeah, right. I forgot about this. So many skills I had left unlearned. Oh, he didn't even have that... Man. Guess you can see how much I care about Magic Guard then. Well, those. Oh, I kind of feel like stat-wise, the next thing to really aim for would probably just be like the SP nodes. Got a lot of skills, so having more SP to equip them all would probably be a good idea. On our first orb. I guess this is kind of where, like, just leveling in general doesn't feel as important. Since we have, in fact, like, maxed out all of the characters' primary stats. So it's not like we're really, like, super worried about actually learning stuff anymore. Back. I guess it's fair given the fact that we are right at the end of the game. We basically have Spyrite Research Facility. Yeah, we have that. Yeah, and then basically we find the hole that leads us back to where we had our whole confrontation with Maxwell earlier. Except instead of going to fight Maxwell, we're going in there to fight Gaius. Yeah, she didn't really go down much of the strength line, did she? SP and HP. Pull up on intelligence, well, not entirely. Strength. Also, yeah, she hasn't gone down all the way with her vitality. We like our characters to be not dead. God. Yeah, Rowan's vitality is currently really bad. I'm trying to remember what changes they made to the leveling system in 2. I remember it's fairly similar to this one. Do you remember their like Yeah, they're not using Lilium orbs, they're using Allium orbs, as I recall is what they're calling them in the sequel. The hell that means, I'm not entirely certain. I just know that's what they do. Been a while since I played through 2 again. 2 really is in kind of an unfortunate place in the franchise, honestly. Like, it's not bad, but it also has a whole lot of frustration attached to it, honestly. With how it's, like, set up. I guess we'll really get into that when we get to that game.
Is it really you?
Do I look like someone else?
No. You're Mila, all right.
And yourself? You seem different from last I saw you.
Really?
A little bit. Looks like you grew up without me.
Could be. It doesn't change who I am, though. It's good to see you again.
Same to you.
This lamp is casting light without channeling spirits.
Perhaps that cable is somehow conveying luminescent energy to that lamp.
How could they have possibly built a city this size without using spirit arts?
It's almost frightening.
It's a whole different world.
I can't
People are
actually
just
activate
like
the
us.
freaking
Looks to me that way.
skip because they keep talking.
I can't stand to hear Balin prattle on like that.
Really? I find him quite interesting.
He's been that way since he was a kid. That's how I knew it was him right away.
He's strange, but he's really nice.
I know. Unlike me.
Nobody's saying that.
But watch yourself around him. He has quite a mean streak. Do something embarrassing and he won't ever forget it. He'll torment you with it till your dying day.
Like what?
If he told you half the dirt he had on me, I'd never be able to show my face around you again. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys seem really close.
Well, I guess we were friends before he got all cynical.
Oh,
What's that? You jealous?
absolutely not. You don't know what you're talking about. This city sure is strange. Yeah, I feel like there's something missing.
There's no nature.
Indeed. I haven't spied a single blade of grass, let alone a tree.
Is it because they're using Spyrix?
More likely because there aren't any spirits.
Exactly. As the spirits became scarce, all signs of nature withered with them. Olympias is in its death throes.
So this world needs spirits.
What was that?
Alvin, what does that poster say?
Support the Otherworld reactor plan. They were probably put out by a union of Spyrix using
It sounds like they're really dependent on Spyrex.
You look like a deep-pocketed lot. Help us pull the plug on the reactor plan.
Tell me, old-timer, why do you need donations to stop the plan?
Filing official protests with the government isn't free, you know.
Phew! Did you take a bath in booze today?
What's the deal with this doll?
Count me in. I want to stop the Otherworld reactor plan.
Jude, wait.
Thank you, lad. Thank you.
I wonder how Gaius intends to stop the plan.
With Muse's power at his disposal, they could show up on this side at any moment.
That's true.
No point in moping around on an empty stomach. Balin should have that food ready by now.
Can't go back. It's weird though, I will say, that the whole, like, the merchant level stuff actually, like, transfers over to here.
You! I never forget what these feel like.
Stop it, Tipo. Let go.
No, it's what you get for making us worry. That's right. I want a hug too. Leave some room for me.
Even you, Leia?
No point trying to fight it.
Fine. I surrender. I'm sorry for what I put you all through. That includes you, Alvin.
That's really not necessary.
No need to be coy, or Mila won't let you into the group hug.
What, you plan on joining in too?
I don't mind.
Very well then.
And I'm out.
I mean, things like, why does that transfer between worlds? Like, what we have, like, you figure that, like, the shops over in Rize Maxia wouldn't affect this side, too. Ugh. Keep one of those on me. Well then. Be using those. Oh, no, wait. This is how we got an upgrade, apparently. Only Jude and Leia have upgrades here. Yeah.
They're fundamentally the same. Get used to the cosmetic.
Oh, whoops. I get for mashing. Wait, that's French toast. Making sure put it up on our usual. Talk about military action and energy crisis is flying around lately. Society's been falling apart. Normal people who don't carry Spyrex weapons are known as shadows. There's a group of hooligans calling themselves Shadow Stalkers to stalk and rob them. About to decide to form a self-defense force. Stalk the Stalkers. Will you help me? Back the Shadow Stalkers back to their hideout. It's on Torbalin High Road near Triglyph. Now to us to protect ourselves now. Let's go get them.
Everyone here seems to be just like us.
Except for the part where none of them can channel spirits.
As I recall in the next game, like around here, there's a route that goes to a different town that splits off. I think you kind of see it there. This isn't walkable in this game. Also, this apartment opens up. That's where the main character from that game lives.
Heading out?
I'm off to Helioborg. I hear the results of some new Spyrex research just came in.
Oh, right. You did say you were an engineer. Well, hey, Balin buddy! Where's our chow?
I put together a real nice spread back in my apartment. Feel free to dig in.
Thank you so much!
If you don't mind me asking, where exactly did you find us? Out past Helioborg, where I'm heading now. You were sprawled at the foot of the hill on the other side of the complex. Thank you. No problem. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
Alvin, was Pressa her real name?
No. It was her alias as an Azul spy.
You and Pressa were friends, right? When she fell, why didn't you call her by her real name?
'Cause I forgot it. I can't be expected to remember every little thing.
That's horrible! You really are a jerk!
Why lie about forgetting her name?
When Pressa was a kid, she was abandoned by her family. So she always hated the name they gave her.
So that's why you...
That's why nothing. When I couldn't grab her hand, I was everything they said and a whole lot worse.
On the second floor. Oh, yeah, all right.
So, what's everyone's plans from here on out? If we head to that spot Balin mentioned, we might be able to get back to Rize Maxia.
Oh, I see. That's why you asked.
Although, I'm not planning to leave until I find a way to help both Rize Maxia and Olympias.
Is there any way we can help?
Of course. I doubt I could figure things out alone. Just having you here would be a huge morale boost.
We mustn't underestimate the circumstance, though. We must contend with Spyrix devices, the Otherworld reactor plan, and even Gaius.
That's why you want us all to decide for ourselves.
Try to head back home or figure things out here, huh? Wow, that's tough.
I realized something once we landed on this side. We can't eliminate Spyrix from Olympias, but we still need to get rid of the schism. It's a real conundrum. I want to figure out what I can do about this.
Well, you know I won't agree to anything that hurts my own people.
But we need to find something to help the spirits as well.
I have something to say. If we can't eliminate Spyrix, then I will take the extra effort to watch over and protect the birth of new spirits, so their numbers stay intact.
But that means...
Spirits are another part of nature's cycle, just like humans. I will find a way to support them both.
You sure about this?
I've thought long and hard about this. Jude, if you're convinced that we can't get rid of Spyrix, then I won't argue. But we can't waste time debating this. We need to head to Helioborg.
She's got a point. Any place working on Spyrix research is probably involved in the Otherworld reactor plan.
Can I get answers from everybody by the time we get there?
Okay.
Is my role to offer support, or is it to lead?
What should I have done? Leia's been really sad recently.
Is it about Agria?
She slapped Leia's hand away even though Leia was trying to save her. Why'd she have to be so cruel?
A little cruelty won't kill Leia. She must have struck some sort of nerve in Agria. Some part of herself that she just couldn't let go.
Why are you taking Agria's side?
I'm not taking her side. I just understand her is all. I know what it's like to get trapped in a prison of one's own design.
So what could we have done?
If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't have attacked you the way I did. But I do know one thing. Leia didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously.
From the nature to the culture, everything on Olympia seems so different. This is your homeland, right, Alvin?
Yep. The source of the Spyrix you hate so much.
You don't sound too happy about it. Didn't you want to return here more than anything?
Well, I thought I did. I wonder why I wanted to return to this doomed world.
It is true that its spirits have withered and its plants and animals are disappearing. But Olympias isn't over yet.
The people here brought this upon themselves by using Spyrix. You aren't even the real Maxwell. Do you really intend to save humans like that?
Yes, this is a human problem. And as you know, I'm quite fond of humans. Whether I'm Maxwell or not is beside the point.
I see. Glad to hear it.
Just yoinking Balin's gels. One of the mysterious is over here. It does basically mean you can't do that side quest until you go through this whole bit. I feel like the Olympios part is both too short, and yet I'm not also entirely certain what I would do to change it to, like, make it feel like we got more to it. Because again, we only get to see Triglyph, we go to Helioborg, and then we're back to the final
Helioborg is
dungeon.
under attack. What?
You should turn around and leave. It's not safe here. I just don't understand why anyone would attack the Spyrix Research Center. Who's behind the attack?
We have no idea. The attackers were using calculatrix without Spyrixes. How is that even possible?
What's that?
Spirit arts produced using Spyrixes. If the attackers didn't need them, I think we know who they are.
Sounds like Gaius is already making his move.
Let's go. I want to make sure Balin is safe. It must be shocking for the Olympians to see us using arts without Spyrix.
Not so much shocking as terrifying. To us, it's as if you have supernatural powers.
But in a lot of ways, it's Spyrix technology that's more powerful.
People fear what they cannot understand. That's why we're so quick to discriminate against other races and...
Alvin, were you scared when you first came to Riza Maxia?
I was. The people seem like monsters to me.
And how do you feel now?
Now? You know, some are good, some aren't.
I'm glad to hear that.
It sounds like young men from Olympus start out quite naive.
And old men are condescending no matter which world they come from.
So how far is Olympus from it really isn't about distance. They're, like, separated by an impassable wall. Oh, I know. Rize Maxia and Olympias are about as far apart from each other as men and women are. An impassable wall? Does that mean we can never go home? I won't be able to see Drusilla again? That's horrible. No, it'll be okay. After all, we're all together. You have Mila, Jude, Rowan, and even Alvin. You know they'll figure something out. That's true. You're here too, Leia. Yeah, but it's not like I'll be any help. That isn't true. When you're here, everyone's happier. Let's all go back to Rize Maxia together. Okay, it's a promise.
This whole part is basically... Oh, come on. How
Is
many
this
of these
another one of
fucking things
Ivory's
are we gonna
arts?
have to go through before I can
What's
actually
going on
talk
Olympus?
again?
There are words appearing on it.
My name is Ifrid. I'm an explorer seeking a foreign world known as Riza Maxia. When I depart for it, I will gather the treasures I've collected in my adventures on Olympus and place them in arcs near my hometown as a gift to the next generation of adventurers.
Huh. So Ifrid was an Olympian.
He must have found some way to cross the schism to Riza Maxia.
And then he never made it back to Olympus. Never figured there'd be someone else besides you guys crazy enough to go running off to other worlds. Well, let's pay our respects to our predecessor and help ourselves to his loot.
Come on. I'm like, yes,
Let's do this.
they changed the fight music.
Get him! Let's do this. Got it. All right. I'll help too. That's exactly okay.
We're in this fight.
Get him! Keep them away. Sweet. Tipo, are you okay? Yep, I'm all okay.
I'll overcome anything.
And we're only getting 2 GP a level up. Yep. Also another reason why levels don't feel as big at this point.
What a
Anyway.
dreary landscape.
Talking about the whole Olympia section, I guess this is probably why the second game actually got made. Mainly because people are really got interested in how Olympios is, etc. But we were never able to really do much here. Again, it's just, we have Triglyph and we have Helioborg. And there really isn't all that much else to the entire world outside Rize Maxia. Merely having a full-scale adventure around here is, yeah, that would be kind of rough time-wise in the gameplay department. Because, you know, we're at the very end of the game and suddenly you add on like 10 hours to explore a whole new region, which would not be the best for pacing. Especially with like how dire everything is treated by this point, you know?
All that training's paying
So I
off.
do get it.
For black belt.
Yes. Oh,
It's just, you know, I do wish you got more to it. I mean, even the sequel doesn't add that much. You have the small town that you basically start in after the
tight,
train
dark
stuff.
spaces always get me a little spooked.
And then there is the port town that leads to Rize Maxia. Since Rize Maxia is actually like a continent, or would it be islands? I'm not entirely certain on how like the scale there would really work. But yeah, that's like the 2 new areas you get in the second game. They're nice, but again, it is just 2 towns in an entire world. I do believe. Oh no, wait. It is.
Hey, are we seriously fighting this thing?
Oh, I was wrong. It is one of the freaking
You're either stupid or...
Really
big
courageous.
guys.
Thank you.
Right on.
Come on.
That's one.
Got
Final Fury.
We could have done that better. Honestly, at this point, if you can't handle this guy, I question your builds if you can't handle Daywindai. Just gonna guard, fine.
I'll stop them in their tracks.
What? Why? Help. I don't know why I did the swap, but it didn't trigger the actual, like, continued chain there. I know why.
Let's go.
It wasn't that
I
close.
just get I feel
There's
Yeah, that's how you get one of the devil arms.
Is it just me, or are we the strongest group ever?
Whoa, come on, Leia. You need to calm down.
No, Jude, you need to calm the heck up. Why
That
can't
doesn't
you be
make any
happy
sense.
about this?
I, for one, am moved by our achievement. I never imagined I'd be so strong at this age.
That is quite an accomplishment.
No Icky Back can stop you! I'm proud of you, Rowan.
Now you've done it all, huh?
Whatever do you mean? The legend of mighty Giza has only just begun.
See, Jude, you need to be more like Rowan. Get into the spirit.
Guards down.
What?
No matter how strong you get, you still drop your guard when you get excited. You need to work on that.
That whole act was just to catch me off guard?
Possibly. Oh, but I truly am happy to be this strong.
That's 1 point for Rowan.
Fine, I'll be more careful.
That's how I think about the main issue with this part is that it feels very utilitarian, I guess. Like, again, there's not enough time pacing-wise or maybe budget and, you know, actual time-wise. I don't know. For them to actually get the, like, add more to this part. Like, I mean, the whole thing is, we show up on Olympios, we have our initial culture shock, then we're off to Heliaborg, and we will be immediately finding our, like, kind of solution to the entire, like, major, well, basically the pollution and energy resource crisis that the whole spirit thing is an obvious analog to. Oh, well, once we get there, it's not fully complete, but it's basically enough of a solution for everyone to go, hey, we got this. This is our perfect way of trying, way to go in order to try to save the world, etc. Because it's basically, it's the Asperixis devices that was used to bring back Celsius before. Just, you know, they need to be actually made consumer capable and, well, as it almost killed Gillen just as much as our ass beating from whatever kind of weird ass drain plus effect it has on a person's body when using it. It didn't exactly go too much into the side effects as it just like started to wreck his arm there, but yeah, that's something that needs to be overcome. But it is a method in which, ironically, it's actually kind of going to, like, fossil fuels, almost? Because the whole idea behind the Asperixis is the fact that it's a... well, it's a spirit fossil that uses a booster to give it ambient mana in order to, like, revive the spirits within. And then have that be, like... I guess almost like a familiar for the user to make use of whatever spirit art they need at the time. That's my kind of understanding with it. As I recall, one of the things they do to improve on it in the sequel is that basically they have, like, well, spirit art users from Rize Maxia kind of like jumpstart it with their own mana as a way to, well, try to do a clean energy style. I like
Let's
jazzy
go.
music for this section, I'm realizing.
One.
It still kind of worked, but I forget I was not on Leia.
I'm on fire! Got it! Sharpen!
I do remember that one of the bigger, like, changes they make in the sequel is the fact that, like, when you're doing, like, your combo arts, etc., there are actual, like, I want to call them generic ones. Like, we only have specific skills that will combo with everybody else, with another character, kind of. Like, the Cerberus strikes between Jude and Leia are an obvious example of that. However, Talon Storm does not actually combo with Leia. It actually, everybody has a generic art, combo art that they can do no matter what the art is, but you can still only do— oh wait, we already went in here, I'm an idiot. Anyway, they all have a generic one that they can do no matter what, but it is still only like once during lead combo. So it is an important thing, but it's a nice little way of being able to, like, you don't have to perfectly align your moveset to another character. It is still important to have, you know, a bunch of the right moves, but, like, well, Talon Storm is the obvious example. I really like it. It's a good combo move, but Leia can't combine with it. The rest of her moves are still pretty good, and I don't mind those. But this also lets me still use Talon, well, in the sequel, lets me still use Talon Storm, but not have to worry about it messing up full combo stuff. It's not like it doesn't make it a perfect bridge, since you're still not going to use like 5 different techniques that don't line up with your preferred partners, but still, it's a good idea. It makes it not overpowered, even though the combo moves in general is overpowered.
Where is everyone?
A Spyrix casing.
This looks like a storage space for Spyrixes, but the contents are destroyed.
Did Gaius do this?
Whoever it was leveled the larger facilities and warehouses, but left the other buildings intact.
I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about, since nothing looks leveled here.
In other words, their goal is not an invasion or to wipe out the military.
Mila, we should hurry and look for Balin.
Right.
I can't believe that.
Got Scorpion bots now.
Got it! All well too! Sharing is caring!
Let's do this!
Got it! I always knew it, but you're so strong, Mila! I want to be just like you!
I'll work to live up to your expectations.
Yes, all right.
As I think about it, we are roughly at the point where it's like, eh? Why not? All of them are quite a bit stronger than our current weapons. Even Roland, who I not Roland, Rowan, who I hardly use, has a really good weapon. Wonder what to lengthen this part to actually make it feel good. Give more of a broad view of MPS in general.
Brilliant!
my brain does keep going over to 3P2.
Let's keep this up.
Although I guess those kinds of thoughts are like a decent sign on why the sequel was a good idea. The sequel was made because there were more ideas to explore. That's a good reason to have one.
Help me.
Are you okay?
Thank you. I think I'll be okay now.
This place seems deserted. Do you know where everyone went?
Some people got out early. I don't know about the rest. It was pretty chaotic.
Did you see the attackers?
The soldiers hit us like a wave. They were led by some guy with a giant sword and a flying woman.
Well, that settles it.
That it does. They told us they'd destroy every last Spyrix, then they ordered us to retreat.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Wait. He can't be. Gaius must be planning to eliminate every Spyrix in the entire world.
Just to stop the Otherworld reactor plan? Isn't that a bit extreme?
No, it's a sound plan. Olympias' situation won't change as long as it has access to Spyrix, even if the current plan is halted. Someone else will eventually come up with something similar.
By eliminating Spyrix, Gaius is going right to the heart of the two-world problem.
Sounds like a lot of work. But damn it. That puts Balin in danger.
Excuse me. Do you know anything about someone named Balin? He's a Spyrix engineer.
You might find him over in the Spyrite Research Wing. What? Officially, it's called the Military Research Wing, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Those freaks are probably still wreaking havoc over there.
I'm sure he's okay.
Don't worry about me. You just worry about Gaius.
Yeah, but still...
You already have enough on your plate. Your job is to keep moving forward, remember?
Right.
We don't have time to worry right now. The sappy stuff will have to wait.
All right, thanks.
So where's this military research wing anyway?
Just ahead, if it's still standing. Be careful.
You too.
You sure you're gonna be okay?
Save it, I'm fine.
Part. Or swap out and back to normal. The dude is no longer hiding. It is interesting that despite the huge jump in strength I just got, it actually doesn't seem to, like, cheat or damage that much, does it? Okay, I guess it does more on the combo arts. What the heck?
We will not falter.
I'm just getting...
All right.
Guess that just proves how much they really wanted to focus on the combo arts in this game. Oh wait, I think I remember. There's like an area around here that's just for, basically, for going to the area where the portal is.
Let's do this. All that training's paying off.
Maybe it's time.
There's always room.
Sorry, stuff's in your way, Kiva.
I'll do it.
Here you go.
Got it. Get him. Go, Tipo. Sharing is caring. I'm on fire.
Wow.
Sweet. Go, Tipo. Aw, piece of cake.
That's the way that leads to... supposed to be going after all this.
Go, Tipo. Sharing is caring.
One.
Got it.
It's not working. It's not working.
I'm here. Let's keep this up.
Good combo there somehow. And an energy drain to constantly keep the tail sparking like that. Oh, hello. We're getting to level 100. Usually involves using a hell of a lot of spicy chicken rolls.
Okay, let's keep moving.
I'll overcome anything.
Gold ones show up. Basically right after this part. Again, there ain't much left of this game. And we never even got the game that Harold comes from. Why are you shoving them in here? Yep. We got all the outside areas explored. It is kind of hard to hold on to the tension with this background music going. Like, after the threat has passed, I can see it. But just some jazz doesn't feel right, you know?
Let's do this.
We have
No limit.
Yes, all right.
That was... Okay, so apparently with spicy, chicken rolls, the normal encounters are just half of one of the silver bacula. Huh. It was 20,000 for the silver bacula, and it was 10,000. Oh wait, look. Ew, okay. Kind of mash in there. That. I don't really like a lot of the story bits that they're doing for this kind of a crisis. They are actually doing their best to see like both sides of this kind of an issue that has no easy solutions to it. Because I mean, it was brought quite a bit of bear as but Gillen was yelling that it wasn't him that originally sent Olympios down the path of using spiruses that everyone keeps on, well, Xillia kept on smugly talking about with all the Exodus users. So again, it's been 2,000 years since the schism was formed. Like, literally, it's been 20 generations since then. Maybe more. So no one living now has any idea about what went on in the past. Nobody alive in Olympios knows how to use a Manila. They can't communicate with spirits. I could have sworn there was a bit where Alvin talks about the fact that he never even knew that spirits truly existed until, like, he went to Rize Maxia. I'm not entirely certain what they think, like, what they would say that Pirates actually runs on. I'm pretty sure that they don't actually say it's spirits. I don't know what their exact term for that is.
I refuse to run away.
Anyway, so no one here is like there's quite a few people who, if they could stop using Spyrixes, they would. But it's also like they've gone so far down the path that doing so is going to be very difficult and will come with casualties.
We'll never find Balin or Gaius at this rate.
Let's look somewhere else.
Hold on.
What is it?
Right, so Alvin has a login.
This confirms it. They created a spyrite with the information Exodus gave them. Something called Volt.
Interesting.
So Gilland really was trying to save Olympius with spyrites.
What? According to this, that spyrite thing was powered about a half an hour ago.
That sounds like it was one of the reasons for the chaos that transpired here.
Where'd it go?
I don't know exactly, but it looks like it climbed to one of the floors above us. What do you think?
It might be worth checking out.
Why do you say that?
I don't have any proof, but I think Gaius might have activated it. If he did, we should find him nearby.
But what would be his motive for using Spyrite?
I have the same question. I think it's important we get in contact with him.
Jude, it's not that I don't want to meet him. But if Gaius is dead set on destroying all Spyrixes, I doubt he'll listen to anything we have to say.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If that's his plan, then I'll just have to stop it.
You say that now, but we all know how much you respect him. Just as you respect Mila.
Please, Rowan. There's no need for this.
You sure you won't back down in front of your hero, kid?
Hey, Jude doesn't need a lecture from you.
Yeah!
Who died and made you head honcho?
It's okay. I do respect Gaius, but it doesn't mean I have to follow his path. I can create my own. Otherwise, I'll never make my own decisions. I won't grow up to be who I want to be.
Well said.
Don't know why it didn't puffball is a trade item, but I guess it's there.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
The base's power went out.
Let's proceed with caution.
I mean, we were proceeding with reckless abandon earlier? Oh, I think that also means we can't make use of the... Yep. But we gotta use stairs. The horror.
Right on point.
That's one!
Got it. Get him.
About what you would gain from, like, extending the game's runtime at this point in Olympios. Just to give Jude more time in the main character chair. Because, like, as it has been shown for a bit now, he's the one in the pilot seat for why we're doing stuff. He's the one making the shots now.
I can't stop.
He has actually grown into becoming the leader. But we only really get to see that during, well, his initial growth back in Rize Maxia and this part.
Right on point.
Guess it does make it feel a bit more lopsided.
And we're done. That wasn't much of a challenge. Yeah, I didn't even have time to chew.
Don't choke now, Tipo.
I don't remember how many floors this thing has. Kinda obvious, wasn't it?
I'm not
That one
afraid
actually
of the
running
dark.
for me?
Do your worst.
We're counting on you, Elise.
Had a feeling. These shelf types don't have items on them? Maybe.
I'm still scared.
Hey, get off me. You can't hide there.
I think we actually found the end part here.
That must be Volt.
Anyone else all tingly?
It appears appears to be a spirit that can control lightning.
It doesn't seem to be tethered to a human the way Celsius was to Gillen.
So you're saying it's out of control?
We won't get any
This
answers
is
until
only
we
one
calm
where
it
Volt
down.
actually gets a human form, isn't it?
Right on point!
Electricity.
So much sound and light!
So what? That's not enough to stop us.
Go, Tipo! Got it! Sharing is caring!
What?
Got it!
Sometimes the combo just doesn't want to go on.
Go, Tipo!
Now, Volt doesn't actually have a
Okay.
Mystic Art, so even him
Finally
going
stopped
upper limit doesn't
Everyone
matter
alright?
that much.
Yes, somehow.
All the electric shocks may have helped my blood circulation.
Not yet.
Oh,
Never.
All right.
He'll actually got 2 levels.
we finally beat some sense into it. Just another easy battle for yours truly.
If we've learned anything from Celsius and Volt, it's that Spyrites are tough customers.
They're just as strong as the Great Spirits.
We were wondering when you'd show up.
Interesting. I never expected to find you here.
So you've come to Olympias after all.
I'm assuming you're the one that activated Volt. I don't understand your motive, though. Were you testing its potential?
Potential? I would never entrust my people's lives to something as tenuous as potential. I attempted to tether with a Spyrite precisely because it is something you would consider.
What?
But it was for naught. Their power is far beyond human control. That leaves us with no choice but to eradicate every last Spyrix from this world.
So that really is your plan.
Don't you realize what would happen?
We would end the Otherworld reactor plan once and for all. Surely the end justifies my means.
What about the schism?
We will leave it in place. As long as Spyrixes exist, the threat of Olympias exploiting Riza Maxia remains.
And what of Maxwell? Do you plan to leave him where he is?
It is the duty of the strong to ensure that the weak do not perish.
This isn't right, Gaius!
What about it isn't right? We will safeguard the schism until the last Spyrix is destroyed. Then, we shall unite the 2 worlds.
What about all the people who will suffer if you eliminate their Spyrexes? Are you just going to ignore them?
Don't worry about the poor suffering humans. Gaius will protect them.
Jude, Mila, you of all people should understand the ideals I'm striving for.
What's the point of ideals if you force them on others? Don't you see what's happening? Spyrix is a necessity for these people. Take it away and they'll have nothing left.
Jude.
You talk only of possibilities. I demand certainties.
Maybe you're right, but I can't give up.
This conversation is pointless. Please, let's be off.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
What should we do now?
In the end, I couldn't. No, there are still things we can do. There has to be.
Balin? Balin!
Huh? Alfred!
It appears the elevator stopped working when the power went out. We must find some way to get them out of there.
Let's try climbing to the elevator.
Wait! We can use Volt!
How? Wait, you can't be serious.
You're not planning on tethering with it, are you?
Is that really wise?
Maybe not, but it's worth a shot. Only way to find out is to try. Volt, lend us your power.
No way, it worked!
It's still stuck. We need more power.
Please, just a little more. Ah!
This must be the same backlash that hit Gilland. Give it up, Jude.
Not yet! What are you doing?
Why do you insist on doing such reckless things by yourself?
Look who's talking.
Hey, don't
I'm
leave
truly
us behind
certain
now.
how much help Alvin's
If
given
a
here.
task cannot be done alone, then we must simply do it together.
Keep trying and something's bound to stick sooner or later.
We want to help too. Uh-huh.
Thanks, everyone.
Almost there. Focus.
Now! Thanks for the save there. Balin, who are these people? They're patients. Each one of them has a condition that makes it impossible to live a normal life, even with Spyrexes.
Wait. Does that mean the next generation Spyrexes you've been researching are...
Yep. Those little critters they're using are Spyrites. These creatures are Spyrites?
They're so cute! But they don't seem any more powerful than lesser spirits.
Of course not. They're lesser spirit Spyrites after all. Wait a sec. Are you telling me you don't know how Spyrites are made?
Do us a favor and assume we don't.
Well, you should ask one of the other engineers if you want the full spiel. But in simple terms, you've all seen spirit fossils, right? If one of you Riza Maxia folks pours mana into one, voila! A Spyrite is born from...
How strange.
I guess there's multiple uses to those fossils, huh?
The only catch is you need a booster.
What? Wait, did you just say booster?
Yep. If someone with a booster pumps mana into a spirit fossil, the calculatrix art inside takes physical form.
Not entirely certain what the
And that's how
booster
you
is
make a
necessary
Spyrite.
for. The one sufficiently powerful.
How are they different from Spyrexes?
It's a matter of art precision. These Spyrites can be as precise as the Asperixis devices from back in the day.
I didn't expect to hear that name here.
Uh-huh. Too bad Asperixis devices consume spirits. Does that mean Spyrites don't kill spirits when they're used? Pretty much. They're fueled by the mana stored inside spirit fossils, after all.
One thing I don't understand. These people seem to have no trouble using Spyrites. And yet, we struggle to tether with Volt.
Spyrites made from great spirits are in a whole different league. The more powerful the base spirit, the lower the chances of a successful tethering. We're still just at a 50% success rate.
Hey, but that's more than enough.
At that rate, lesser spirit Spyrites might completely replace regular Spyrexes someday.
Then people won't suffer and spirits won't die either. We did it! Great job, Cheapo!
We did it. Sounds
Hey,
more like
what are
Balin
balls
and his
for?
group did it.
Does this mean that Olympias's environment might recover too?
It just might.
Thank you, Balin. You have no idea how much this helps us. You're welcome, I guess. But we really should be thanking you. You're the ones who saved our research, after all. We did. If you hadn't saved us, all of our Spyrite research would have gone up in smoke. Someday these people will be able to get on with their lives again. Something tells me this Spyrite research is going to become very important.
Looks like we found the path we've been seeking.
Yeah, although the fight's not over.
Balin, could you tell us the exact spot where you found us?
Oh, of course. I found you all collapsed at the end of Rusal High Road. You can reach the high road by following this passageway here.
Now Gaius will have to listen to us, right?
No, it's too late. I don't know why I know this.
Our last chance to convince him.
understand the potential of Spyrites, and it's all because Jude wouldn't give up. I'm all like, yeah, take that, world!
Jude can really do great things when he tries. I always knew that he could!
They're just as happy with his success as if it were their own.
Hey, Akiba, you're looking at
I
something
completely
over there.
understand their sentiment, though. Jude had never been the type to lead the way, but this time he chose a path and followed it through.
It's always good to see positive growth.
I wonder whose influence that was.
One thing's for sure, it certainly wasn't yours.
Oh? Haven't you ever heard of reverse psychology? Teaching by bad
At least your humility makes a fine example.
It's good to see everyone upbeat for a change.
Yes!
The hill where Balin found us was just past Helioborg Fortress.
Why are you calling this place a fortress? I know about y'all, but that's not what I would call it.
Let's take a look. Maybe we'll find a clue that will help us get back.
Look! Something green for once!
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect to see a big forest anytime soon.
Olympias doesn't seem to be any greener out this way.
Nope. Pretty much everywhere outside the cities is like this. If anything, it's a little worse than I remember it.
The lack of spirits must have broken the cycle of nature.
To the people of Olympias, this is what nature looks like. When I first laid eyes on the forests of Maxia, I could barely comprehend what I was seeing.
So this is the world that Spyrix has given you.
Go ahead and say it. We brought this on ourselves.
That may be true, but still.
Finally in the last of the transition areas. I actually tried to run over there.
That's one!
Got it!
Let's keep this up.
A dead end? Ugh, I was so sure it would lead to some awesome secret place.
Well, it had a treasure chest in it there, Leia. And apparently they actually made some changes to the plot in the English translation during this whole bit at Helioborg. Like, apparently, Gaius was, like,
Let me make
supposedly
sure I
way
have
more
this straight.
ruthless and was
We use
killing people?
boosters to infuse spirit fossils with mana, and then a Spyrite is born. Because unlike Spyrix devices, Spyrites can use arts without harming spirits.
Did you actually take notes while Balin was talking?
Yes, but there are still things I don't understand.
If there are things you actually do understand, then you're way ahead of me. I bet Teepo'd say, "Hey, you need to study, Leia!"
Ah, but after that he'd probably say, I don't understand any of this either.
Probably. Hey, no Teepo impersonations! Ah, he heard us!
You're both being rude.
Elise, do you understand Spyrite theory?
Of course I do.
There's a chest back here. Along this route, there should be an optional dungeon we can find. big mine area. It's kind of like the final area you go to finish the Fell Arms quests. Devil Arms, whatever. The franchise has so many names for those kinds of weapons that have shown up all across the franchise that do the exact same thing of being the endgame weapon that gets stronger by a point every time that character kills something.
Let's go!
Oh, that was because I jumped. It was jumping while I did it. I did the combo move there. There it is, the Italian Abyss. That's the height of that chest. Here it is then.
That's one!
Got it!
Let's do this!
Got it! This reminds me of our training.
I only remember getting beat up by you.
Alright, not bad.
Over here, get the Abyss on my warp fast travel menu. It's totally not a golem enemy. Bit more as an egg bear. The Italian Abyss. I remember fighting these guys a lot for maxing out the shop. Because come on. Look at that hit one. There we go, Dragon Ash. That's like one of the highest. What I'm looking for. One of the highest like trade items you can get. It's one of the neutral ones that doesn't actually like get a bonus, but it will give the most points of, well, non-triple effect ones, I guess is the best way to put it. You get into those kind of fights, you have Leia steal from all of them, kill them, and then move on. You'll rack up quite a few of them really quick. We're back to town, drop them off at whatever shop you're leveling, run back, well, warp back, and continue until maxed. Gone through all of this a lot faster than I was planning. Although I wonder how much of that is because I swapped my weapons. I don't think it will really have made fights take that much longer, honestly. Like, it went from, like, almost guaranteeing the, like, that Ah, damn it, what the sharpness move we keep using. Blanking on its actual name. I don't know why, but yeah. Like that went from a almost one-hit kill to a guaranteed one-hit kill, and that's the biggest difference.
He said he found us sprawled at the foot of this hill.
Let's look for a path down.
And not the giant glowing obvious thing there.
We must have fallen from there to the bottom of the cliff.
Isn't the rift a little small?
My guess is it's about to collapse. Jumping back through would be a leap of faith.
Count me out! It looks too dangerous! Let's head back to town and figure out another way.
Hey, everyone. If you plan on returning to Riza Maxia, then I think it's time we parted ways.
What? What makes you...
I know that we pulled off a successful Spyrite tethering together, and we found out some great news. But I'm afraid the only way to stop Gaius at this point is to fight him. I don't want the way you feel now to get in the way of your true feelings.
I agree. If we can't be honest with ourselves about why we're fighting, then there's no point in fighting in the first place.
In other words, you want us to make our own decision.
It'll be a difficult ride ahead. I guess it only makes sense.
Mind if I have some more time to think? At least until you're all ready to leave?
Sure, of course.
Don't let your current emotions get in the way. I'm almost acting human.
Mila?
Sorry, it's nothing.
Wait, isn't this...
Wait.
There's no way replacing everything Spyrix with Spyrites is gonna be easy as it sounds. In terms of raw numbers, just think of how many Spyrites we'll need.
It's true. The Spyrites need to be researched, created, distributed. It won't happen overnight.
There is much that needs to be done. But if we can't buy more time, the spirits will go extinct.
I will buy us time. Maxwell said it himself. If we remove the schism, the mana that it contains could sustain Olympius for a considerable amount of time.
And that's what you intend to do?
Yes, it is.
It's a long road ahead for all of us.
But the more pressing problem is Gaius. If we can't stop him, it'll be too late for Olympius.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't have another one pop up. This is the entirety of Olympios.
I don't understand. The spirit fossil came off. How is she able to continue?
Now I can drop the item off here. Which is the Invention Inventor. Yeah, it's pretty dumb, but it does give us a Corona symbol.
What are you doing, Alvin?
Figured I'd stay away, since everyone's so sick of me.
Maybe because you're a big fat liar.
Yeah, that's just who I am, all right. And what about you, Elise? Wondering what to do?
Yeah, I just don't know what the right choice is.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. I don't know much about being a kid. Never really had a childhood.
So were you a member of Exodus ever since you were just a little boy?
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was okay to trick people. When things would go bad, I'd just disappear. I'd take the path of least resistance. I pretty much just did whatever didn't hurt me, that's all.
Then, does that mean you won't be going with Mila and Jude?
You know what? That kid forces me to wake up and smell reality. They're all just so mature, the way they hide their real feelings about me.
Oh, now I get it. You're lonely, aren't you, Alvin?
I've never been much for expressing my feelings, I suppose. But even if they do hate me, I have to stick it out. I'm not leaving this time.
So does that mean that you really want to be their friend again?
I've learned that building real trust with people takes a lot more work than you think.
Being a grown-up sounds like an awful lot of pain.
It seems like the older you get, the tougher it is to share your feelings with others. Anyway, no one will want to be friends with me until I can make the first move. It's hard, but it sure beats being alone.
I wonder what I'm supposed to do now. What do I have to do to become happy?
Well, it's different for everyone. You just have to find what works for you. I'm sure you know what you want by now.
I guess so. It hasn't been easy, but I've learned a lot traveling with everybody. I know that. I definitely don't want to stop, that's for sure. I want to keep on learning more, and I want to make some new friends.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Some help you are.
I told you, I'm the wrong guy to ask about this stuff. Sorry about that, kid. Huh?
That's a thank you. I just wanted you to know that from now on, I'm gonna be your friend, okay?
How come the kids are the wisest people in this group?
Trouble sleeping, young miss?
Yeah, I still haven't made up my mind. What about you?
I've reached a decision. I have decided to go with them.
I see. I wonder if I'm the only one who's still on the fence.
You're not alone.
Huh?
When Lord Klein passed away, I inherited the keys to the kingdom, along with many doubts.
But eventually you figured out what to do, right? I used to think that everything works out if you do your best, but I've been proven wrong every time.
Does Agria still haunt you?
I keep thinking there might have been something else I could have done for her.
I know that feeling well.
Oh, you mean with King Noctigal?
Am I that easy to read? Let me tell you, life does not become any simpler the older you get. But I must say, I am a bit surprised by you.
In what way?
I was under the impression that Jude was the one who occupied your every waking thought.
Come on now, don't be silly. Is it obvious?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
You know, I once thought that if I became a nurse, that I might find happiness. After all, when Jude's happy, I'm happy. Simple enough, right? But now, I'm starting to get the feeling that Jude just might be better off without me. I mean, I don't want to get in his way again, you know?
Leah, would you like to know what my reasons are and why I've decided to go along with Jude and Mila?
Are you willing to tell me?
I would like to be there to walk with them in the future that they wish to create.
That sounds like you.
But that's not all.
Huh?
I plan to take the lead and pull the two of them along behind me. That is my true desire.
And I? What do I really want?
I think you already know your answer, miss.
What I really want is to see Jude's smiling face again. I suppose that's it. That's a good reason, isn't it?
Hey. Don't you want to sit?
You've changed.
Not really. To be honest, I'm so scared I can't even sleep.
I told you before, if we can just dispel the schism, I'll handle everything from there. There's no reason for you to be afraid.
Mila! If the schism disappears, so will the temporal crossroads, right?
Yes. The destruction of the schism means the death of Maxwell. The temporal crossroads were born from Maxwell and that unique spirit climb, so they will vanish too.
Why? Why didn't I realize what's happened to you? I know. You never told me because you wanted me to find my own answer first. Isn't that right? Mila?
It was just easier for me that way.
Huh?
The entity known as Maxwell is essential for the spirits. So they will need a new Maxwell.
Then we won't be able to stay together anymore?
The sadness of parting is a human emotion. Such emotions no longer apply to me.
And there's no other way, is there?
Maxwell created me, so perhaps he could restore my human body. Jude, is that what you really want? Let's create a new future for all the spirits and people in the world. And let's create it together.
Together. Gaius!
Yeah, but we were having a moment.
Just relax. I've come here to tell you something, and that's all.
Well? What then?
We are ready to commence our operation to wipe out every Spyrix in Olympias.
So your attack from before was just to check whether Spyrites were usable?
Exactly.
You came here to tell us that?
No. Listen. You have a dream for the future of the world that is vastly different from mine. So...
Take it easy.
this is a piece of Muse's power.
The power to slice through space? What of it?
Here, I give you a chance to return to Riza Maxia quietly if you choose to.
You'd still offer us a chance to end things peacefully.
Gaius, you know full well that we can't walk the same path. Not anymore.
If you wish to make your dream a reality, then come and face me. I won't run, and I won't hide.
Wait. What about Muse?
She is very torn. She has incredible power, yet she knows not how to use it. In hindsight, I was cruel to force such a weak person to become strong so suddenly.
He wants to save her too, doesn't he?
Hey. I know I might just be fighting for selfish reasons now, but I know that I have to go face Gaius. I need to get a grip on these fragile feelings. Otherwise, I won't become the adult I want to be. So, Mila? If I ever stray from my path, promise me that you'll be there to remind me who I really am.
I will.
Do they really need to include the generic sleep noise there?
Sleep well?
Yes.
That might have been the best sleep I've had in my entire life. I was dead to the world.
I decided I'm coming with you. I won't bore you with my reasons, though.
Thanks, Leia. Let's do our best.
Yep. I'm coming too. And me 3.
I shall accompany you as well.
Wouldn't do for the only Olympian here to sit this one out.
So you've made up your minds.
Then there's something we need to tell you. Check this out.
Nifty knife.
Gaius brought this to us last night. He called it a piece of Muse's power.
Does that mean we could use it to tear open the breach?
Looks like it.
Gaius truly is inscrutable.
He's mocking us.
I don't think so. We might be fighting against one another, but he's a good guy.
Nice to see her actually talking to me.
Well...
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's a bummer there's nobody here to send off the heroes!
That shouldn't be a problem.
We'll just have to accept that we're unsung heroes.
Who needs an adoring crowd? Let's have a pre-battle cheer!
If you insist.
Couldn't hurt.
Make sure to put some feeling into it.
Indeed.
Here goes nothing. Everyone, let's finish what we started.
I kind of feel like they should have kept the
Muse
music
seems
going
to have
until you
fallen
actually left
completely under
town.
Gaius's control.
I'd say it's more that Muse has finally found someone she can rely on. She had been yearning for someone to guide her.
That girl has some big-time dependency issues.
She's like my own dark shadow. I wish we could have met under different circumstances.
Whatever the nature of their relationship, Muse's ability to manipulate dimensional space is now in Gaius's hands. That is no trivial matter.
Agreed. Even the great spirits are no match for a blade that can sever dimensional barriers.
That doesn't sound promising. Should we turn tail and run away?
Yes, let's do that. Do you really think I would say such a thing?
Of course not.
You know me well.
Okay, yeah, here's the dimensional breach. When we reach the dimensional breach, there we go, we do actually get the ability to go back to Rize Maxia.
Oh, yeah! Snag something good!
Is it really okay to steal like that?
Of course it is! We won that battle fair and square!
Yikes. So might makes right, huh?
Does that mean if we lose, the enemy might take something of ours?
Yep.
Usually your
If
life.
we were to lose, the enemies could have Tipo.
What? You can't take Tipo without my permission! We'll let them have your hairband!
Hey, that's off limits! I had to save up my allowance for weeks to buy this. It's my #1 favorite.
But I'm everyone's #1 favorite!
Fine, fine. If we lose, we'll just have to sacrifice Alvin's coat.
The hell you will! I love this thing!
Jude, you're up.
Can we look before we leap?
Less looking, more leaping.
Not so fast.
What now?
You really think we can beat Gaius and Muse like this?
Probably.
Don't tell me you're getting cold feet.
I don't think that's what he's implying.
Do we need to take care of any business back in Rize Maxia?
We can go back?
Yes, we can probably return to Rize Maxia from the temporal crossroads.
Alvin has a point. We cannot expect help from anyone.
In other words, we must be fully prepared.
Right. We gotta think these things through. We're on our own after all.
Good point.
Here.
Ready, everyone?
Last one in has to kiss Tipo.
Hey, no fair!
I gotcha.
No need to worry. We're all bound for the same destination.
Guess we'll never get the knack for doing things as a group.
Hey, it's worked for us so far.
I guess you're right. Well, looks like we're up. What?
Hey, nice of you to join us. Either we ended up in a different place from last time, or it got a major remodel.
Gaius must have used Maxwell's power to alter things here. Where's Leia?
Where'd you go?
I found another breach like the one we came through.
Don't tell me you went in it.
I did. It leads to Riza Maxia, so that's the wrong way.
Then Gaius and Muse must be that way.
This presents a dilemma. I assumed we would just be following the same path as last time.
At your age, Rowan, never assume things will be easy.
Well said. We have other dangers to contend with besides Gaius and Muse.
Better keep our guard up.
Let's go, everyone.
That's right, those are the chest ran.
Gaius has been busy keeping order in Rashagal ever since Noctigal died. I wonder what's going on back at his old castle in Canbalar.
That's how we see the final scene with Carla.
You sure you don't need to stop by Nia Kara for anything?
Actually, it has been a while since I've shown my face around town. I wouldn't mind seeing how everyone's doing.
Well, when we have a chance...
You don't want to pay
Gosh.
Balin a visit?
Why? Are you hoping to hear one of his humiliating stories about my past?
The more you bring it up, the more curious we get.
What a crazy place! But that's okay!
We're used to it.
There it is. Sworn there was a fast way to like swap between Olympios and Rize Maxia's map. Open until we actually cross over? Oh, there we go. It actually opened up at Mila Shrine. There we go. Oh, you hit triangle. There we go. Alrighty. Well, like I said last time, this is where we're going to be ending it. I'm going to go and see if I can actually get the item shop level up to actual 100. That's one of those things that it kind of bugs me that I don't have that. I don't know why, it just does. So I'm going to do that, and I guess I'll see you all guys next time for the finale of Xillia.